What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to another Fantasy Premier League video on the channel. In today's video we do have another episode of rating your wildcard teams. So if you guys want to be featured into this kind of video, because I am doing it every week on a weekly basis, then make sure you do follow me on Twitter and send your teams through there. If you don't have Twitter, then you can send it through Instagram as well. But make sure to smash a like on the video, guys. Can we get, like, I don't know, 20-30 likes on the video? That would be absolutely amazing. And also, if you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications so you never miss an upload. But with that being said, I just want to say again a huge thank you for the support recently, and without further ado, let's waste no more time and let's get straight into it. Let's go. Alright then, guys, so into the first team we go. Alright, shout out to Dylan_1224Z for sending in your team through Twitter. So we're gonna get straight into it, and just looking at it, I like it a little bit, but there's a few issues that I spotted with the team. One thing that I'll say that I don't like, I'll start with what I don't like, and then I'll go into what I do like. So yeah, we'll start with Bissouma. Yeah, I don't think he should be in your starting 11, especially on the wild card. You want to make sure that on the wild card, you know, you don't have to play a 4.5 midfielder in your starting 11. Like, Bissouma should be benched for that. He's not a player where you should be starting him in your starting 11. So what I would say is you have to downgrade a player somewhere, whether it's Diaz, whether it's Shaw, whether it's Lukaku. Someone has to be downgraded to a cheaper player. Now, one thing that I worked out what you could do, which I really do like the look of, is probably just downgrading Lukaku, because he does have two relatively hard fixtures. He's got Tottenham, and then he's got, I mean, to be fair, Tottenham did get slapped 3-0, but yeah, you could downgrade Lukaku to someone like Bamford with a great run of fixtures, and then you can upgrade Bissouma to Jota. And just by doing that immediately, it makes your team a lot better, in my opinion. It makes it a lot more well-rounded, and I think if you had, you know, Jota and Bamford in there, I think you could be looking at a great score in the upcoming game week. But yeah, that's definitely what I would do. You could also downgrade Diaz to a 4.5 like Marcel, or you could downgrade Diaz to someone like Semedo, and then upgrade Bissouma to someone like Damari Gray. But yeah, I definitely think that Bissouma should be bench fodder, and you should definitely think about downgrading a player in your team and upgrading Bissouma. But yeah, I do like the Shaw pick. Obviously, we've seen that Shaw, you know, can get attacking returns. The only thing I don't like about Shaw is the clean sheet potential. Man United defensively do not look good. So yeah, I just don't really trust the Man United defense. I said it last week when you know, in last week's episode when people were picking Luke Shaw, and I know I was right in terms of, you know, Man United not being great defensively, because we did concede to Newcastle, but luckily Shaw did get the assist to Ronaldo's second goal. So yeah, Luke Shaw's got that attacking potential, but I just don't trust him in terms of, you know, getting that clean sheet. So yeah, but overall, it's a good pick. It's a decent pick. Diaz, I 100% like that pick. I think Diaz is fantastic. Preferably, I would go for Cancelo. Cancelo is the same price as Diaz, and in my opinion, this is probably like the most like probably the best time to own Cancelo, because I feel like he's going to be nailed on, especially with the stuff going on with Mendy and him definitely not being available until like January, I think it is. I think Cancelo will definitely be in the starting 11 more times than not. It's usually Walker that gets rotated with Zinchenko, because Cancelo can play left back or right back, and Cancelo gives you that attacking potential. So I would definitely go for Cancelo instead of Diaz. Of course, you're going to have Trent in there. Yeah, on a wild card, you have to have Trent Alexander-Arnold in there, man. So yeah, fantastic pick there. Eiling, I'm not gonna lie, I think I would take out Eiling. I think I would take out Eiling from Marcel probably, because I don't trust Leeds defensively. No matter, you know, it doesn't matter who they're playing, Leeds, like, more times than not will probably concede. I don't really trust their defense, and going forward, I don't really think Eiling has that potential. Unlike, he's not really like Dallas. Dallas last season, even though Leeds were quite bad defensively, Dallas would get a lot of attacking returns. He'd get a lot of goals and a lot of assists, but Eiling's just not quite like Dallas in that sense of getting attacking returns. So yeah, I definitely would swap Eiling for someone like Semedo or Marcel, because Marcel and Semedo are very, very attacking fullbacks, but also Wolves defensively are quite good. So yeah, that's what I would do in terms of defense. I like the Greenwood pick. I like Salah. I like Ronaldo and Lukaku. Obviously, Ronaldo and Lukaku is good, but you need to free up money somewhere. That's all I would have to say to you, bro. You need to free up money somewhere, and I think the combination of Bamford and Jota is a better combination than Lukaku and Bissouma. So if you think about, you know, that combination just right there, who's going to get you more points, especially over the next 2-3 game weeks? Would it be Bamford or Jota, Bamford and Jota, or the combination of Lukaku and Bissouma? And for me, I prefer the combination of Bamford and Jota. That's just my personal opinion. So yeah, that's what I would do, and then I would also take an island for someone like Marcel. But yeah, let me know what you would do. For you guys watching, let me know what you would do to this team. And again, shout out to you, Dylan, for sending in your team. Really do appreciate it. Overall, it's a fantastic team. It's just that one spot there, Basuma. So yeah, in my opinion, that's what you should do. But yeah, again, let me know what you guys would do to this team, and let me know, Dylan, if you do end up taking out Basuma and taking out Lukaku. I mean, it doesn't have to be Lukaku. Like I said, if you want to keep Lukaku, then it could always be someone like Diaz you could downgrade. But yeah, I feel like someone you got to downgrade. So yeah, let me know what you're gonna do, and yeah, without further ado, we're gonna waste some more time and get into the next squad. Alright then, guys, so into the next team we go. Shout out to Circle Sammy on Twitter for sending in your team. Really do appreciate it, bro. But we're going to waste no more time and we're going to get straight into it. So as you can see, it's another wildcard draft, Game Week 5 wildcard draft with Lukaku and Ronaldo. This one is quite different to the last one. It's a different formation. He's going for a 3-4-3 formation instead. So again, he's got Sanchez in goal. I don't mind that. I think he's a good option on a wildcard in my opinion. Cancelo and Trent, absolutely love those two picks. They were in my Game Week 4 wildcard team and they absolutely delivered. So yeah, I think Cancelo and Trent are two fantastic options in the defense. I honestly, I don't really know how to say this name properly. Tommy, I don't really know. Is it Tomiyasu? No, Tomiyasu. There we go. Tomiyasu. That's how you say it. So yeah, Tomiyasu I think is a good pick. If you wanted to free up like 0.1 million, then you can go for Ben White, who's 4.4 instead of 4.5. But yeah, I don't think that's a bad pick at all because Arsenal do have a decent run of fixtures. And yeah, they are quite solid defensively when they do play against the smaller sides. But I would say that I would prefer Tierney, but overall I think it's not a bad pick. So yeah, good defense there. Honestly, that's a really good defense there. I know that Trent and Cancelo will get you a ton load of points. But yeah, moving on into the midfield. So Salah I like, Torres I like. Hopefully he keeps on starting. The one thing about Torres, especially with Champions League, just right around the corner. Well, in fact, on the day I'm going to upload and on the day I'm recording this, it is the day of Champions League. So this could be like maybe the end of Torres's, and the end of Torres' reign being in the starting 11 every game in the Premier League, because yeah, he might get rotated now because of Champions League, but if he does start, then I do think he's a good option. Demari Gray, as we've seen, he's the man in form right now. He is the man in form. He's got goals in his last 3 games, I do believe. So yeah, he's a man in form, and it's always good to have a cheap form player that can get the job done. So I do like Demari Gray. Everton do have a good run of fixtures as well. So yeah, I think that he's definitely a good option. He's playing the likes of Villa. He does play Man United in the next few game weeks, but after that he's got like Norwich and things like that. So yeah, I think a really good option there, Demari Gray is. And Smith Rowe, I like it. It's a decent pick. I'm not gonna lie, I do like Smith Rowe. As I just discussed with Tomiyasu, that Arsenal do have quite a decent run of fixtures. So yeah, I do think Smith Rowe can definitely get some goal contributions in there. I mean, the thing is about this wildcard team is there's a lot of there is quite a few fringe players with Edouard as well. I don't really like the Edouard pick. I know he scored 2 goals against Tottenham, but Crystal Palace don't really have like a good run of fixtures. When for example like Wolves and like Leeds, they've got like 5 to 7 games of like just really consistent good easy fixtures. It's not really like that for Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace might have like 1 easy game, then a hard game, or 2 easy games and a hard game, and then 2 easy games, and then so they don't really have that run, or like that just solid run where they don't have that solid run where a Crystal Palace asset does become like a good valuable option. So that's why I don't necessarily agree with the Edouard pick, because I just feel like you can't really play him for a run of games. So yeah, I potentially would think of, I feel like you have to upgrade someone. I don't know where, but someone you just have to upgrade. I probably would keep Smith Rowe, and I probably would keep Demari Gray. I'd probably get rid of Edouard for a 4.5, or and then maybe put in a 6 mil midfielder. I would try and work my way towards Rafinha, to be honest with you. If you could somehow, maybe you even downgrade Torres because of that rotation risk. Downgrade Torres to a 6.5 like Rafinha, and then upgrade Edouard to someone like Armstrong. I think Armstrong, I mean, his next like 2 games are quite tough, but then after that he's got a really good run of fixtures where I think he can become a valuable option. So what you could do is potentially downgrade Torres to Rafinha and upgrade Edouard to Armstrong, and I think that makes the draft a lot better. I'm just not too keen on Edouard as a pick because, like I said, Crystal Palace don't have that good run of fixtures. But other than that, the team is solid. And of course, you've gone for like 4 premiums, to be honest, because you've gone for Cancelo, Trent as well. So yeah, and in fact, I didn't even realize Edouard is actually 6.5. So Edouard's actually more expensive than Armstrong. I just had to double check quickly because I wasn't too sure exactly as to how much Edouard was. But yeah, Edouard's actually 6.5, so he's more expensive than Armstrong. So yeah, 100%, I think you should get rid of Armstrong. You could either downgrade Torres and put in Rafinha, or you could literally just get rid of Edouard for a 4.5 midfielder, attacker, sorry, and then upgrade one of your 4.5 midfielders to Rafinha, and I think that makes your draft a lot better. Other than that, yeah, that's pretty much the only change I'd make. Other than that, it's a fantastic draft, and I really do like it, bro. So good luck to you in the upcoming game weeks. I hope it goes well for you. But with that being said, let's move on into the next wildcard draft. So moving on into the third wildcard squad for game week 5. Shout out to Lewis_pet11 on Instagram for sending in your team. So this one is a different one compared to the others. It doesn't have Ronaldo, Lukaku and Salah. It's more of a well-balanced team. So we'll start off with the defense. Again, it's Sanchez and goal. A lot of people are opting for Sanchez and goal, which I think is the correct decision. I do think Brentford defensively are probably maybe just slightly better than Brighton, but the fixtures aren't as good as Brighton. So that's why I do like Sanchez and goal on a wild card at the moment. So yeah, Trent, of course, you guys know my opinions on Trent. I think he's a great option. Tierney, I like as an option as well. Arsenal do have a good run of fixtures. They do have Tottenham in game week 6, but then after that, again, it's a brilliant run of fixtures they do have. So I think Tierney is a good option. And the reason why I like Tierney, guys, is because going forward he is such a threat. In my opinion, he's one of Arsenal's most dangerous players going forward, and I know that sounds crazy because he is a left back, but he gets forward into really good attacking crossing positions where he can pick up assists from. So that's why I do like Kieran Tierney as a good option, especially on a wild card. So yeah, Roman Sace. Now I personally wouldn't go for Sace if you're going to go for a Wolves defender. For me, it has to be either Nelson Semedo or Marcel. One of the two, Marcel or Semedo. And in fact, they both are cheaper than Sace as well, so you can free up yourself a little bit more money if you do go for one of those two. But I definitely would recommend going for the fullbacks because, yeah, the fullbacks really do push up high. They really do push up high and they get into the box a lot. They get shots off. So I think Wolves fullbacks are very good options. And yeah, I would preferably go for fullbacks instead of going for a centre back. So yeah, that's how I would have to say on size. And Shaw again is a decent option. The fixtures are okay, but again, like I said, I don't really trust United in terms of keeping clean sheets, but I do think Shaw can get those attacking returns as we've seen in the last game against Newcastle. And then Christensen. Now, before last week, I would have said, yeah, Christensen's a really good, like quite a good option as long as you can, you know, find players to rotate him with. But he didn't play the game against Aston Villa. Now, I'm not too sure as to why that is. He may be straight back. I mean, then again, it probably is because of Champions League, and this is what I'm saying now. Now that Champions League back, we're going to see a lot more rotation. Now, yeah, I'm guessing it is because of Champions League. I don't really know, but yeah, I'd be careful on Christensen. I mean, you do have 4 very strong other defenders, so if he doesn't play, it doesn't really matter, to be honest. I mean, he can easily sit on your bench, but yeah, I probably would look to downgrade Christensen anyway because I don't think you need to spend that much on your defense. I think you've got 4 really good defenders, so I think if you just had like a Brandon Williams as a 4-mil defender, that would be fine. If you got Livramento as a 4.1, that would be fine because I don't think you need to spend that much on, you know, your back 4 anyway, because yeah, all of your defenders pretty much cost 5 mil. I know Tierney's 4.9, but just to round it off, yeah. So I would definitely downgrade Christensen because there is that rotation risk as we've seen already. And yeah, I would use that money to potentially upgrade another position. It could be Dennis, you know, you could upgrade Dennis to someone like Armstrong. It could be Traore to Rafinha, for example. So yeah, that's what I would do. So we'll move on to the midfield anyway. Salah, Jota, fantastic picks. I'm not going to spend too much time talking about those. I think they're really good picks, and I think, yeah, on a wild card, brilliant options. Now, Greenwood, I like as well. I like Greenwood, but I do think with Ronaldo in the side, his goal potential may slightly go down, but yeah, to be fair, I think overall he's a good option. I do think overall he's a really good option. So I would keep Greenwood. But yeah, one thing I would do. So this is what I was gonna say. I mean, Traore is someone that I like. I've got him in my personal team, but have I made a mistake? I'm not too sure. I mean, the expected goals is good. The expected goal involvement's quite good, but he just doesn't have that clinical edge, and I think that's sometimes what you got to factor in when you're picking your team. So yeah, I feel like I've made a mistake going for Traore in my wildcard, but we'll have to see what he does. But I would preferably go for Rafinha if I were you. I would definitely go for Rafinha, and I'd downgrade Christensen to a 4 mil, and I'd upgrade Traore to Rafinha, and then maybe even upgrade Dennis to Armstrong, because Armstrong in a few game weeks will have good fixtures. But I definitely would get a Leeds asset in there. I think, yeah, I would definitely get Rafinha in there. I think Rafinha is a much better option than Traore, so for that reason I would downgrade Christensen and upgrade Traore to Rafinha, and I think that improves your draft a lot more. So yeah, that's definitely what I would do. But other than that, I'm not gonna lie, I like the team. Obviously you've got Antonio in there who won't play the next game week, but other than that, like, it's a really good draft in my opinion. I do like it. It's well rounded, it's solid. So yeah, I'm a big fan of this draft, to be honest with you. I mean, just put Rafinha in that midfield and I think it's a really good draft, and I think you'd probably be looking to play, I think most of the time you're better off playing a 4-4-2. I'm not too sure about Dennis as an FPL option, honestly. I would prefer Armstrong a lot more, because Armstrong does have, I think it's starting from like game week 7 or something like that. Southampton do have a good run of fixtures. So yeah, I would preferably go for Armstrong, who's only 6 mil. So yeah, I do think, you know, he's a better option. Yeah, so from in game week 6 he's got Wolves, but then yeah, in game week 8 and onwards Southampton do have a good run of fixtures. So I think Armstrong instead of Dennis, you know, you should look at doing that instead. But other than that, I mean, the core, like the base of the wildcard draft is really good. As I said, the only thing I would change is Christensen and Traore, but other than that, it's quite good. I do like it. And again, massive shout out to you, Lewis_pet11. Thank you for sending in your team through Instagram. Really do appreciate that, and also good luck to you in the upcoming game weeks. But guys, that is going to be it. We're going to move on into the last and final wildcard draft for today's episode. So without further ado, let's waste more time and let's get straight into it. Let's go. Alright then guys, so moving on into the final wildcard draft for today's episode. I just want to say a huge shout out to foot.equals on Instagram for sending in your team. Really do appreciate it, bro. But we're going to dive straight into it. We're going to waste no more time, and I'm not going to lie, just looking at the team, it does look like a little bit of a mess. I'm not going to lie to you, bro. It seems like you're missing a lot of key players, and I feel like you've just invested in your defense a bit too much. I mean, your midfield is very weak. So yeah, it is another Ronaldo Lukaku draft. It's a 3-5-2, but I'm just basically going to dive straight into what I would do to try and help you kind of revive this team and just get back into some form of, you know, decent shape. So firstly, I've noticed that you've got Ederson and Sanchez in goal. So what I would do is start Sanchez, downgrade Ederson to a 4 mil goalkeeper. Whoever that is up to you. It could be Still, because, you know, he's Brighton's backup goalkeeper. It could be someone else. I don't really know. It could be anyone. But just downgrade Ederson to a 4 mil and use Sanchez as your starting goalkeeper. Now, if you was to do that, that would free up 2 mil in the bank. All right. So that's step one. That's what I would do. Now that you've got 2 mil in the bank, bearing in mind Kovacic is 5 mil, I would upgrade Kovacic to a 6.5 midfielder who is Rafinha. So once you do that, that leaves you with 0.5 left in the bank. All right, so what you've done now is you've got a 4 mil keeper in, and you've got Sanchez in your starting team, and then now you've spent 1.5 out of your 2 mil left over to upgrade Kovacic to Rafinha. All right, so that leaves you with 0.5 left. So that's step one. That's what I would do. All right, so once you've done that, what I then would do, because I think you spent too much in defense, I would downgrade Digne, because I'm gonna be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of Digne at the moment. As an FPL asset, I would downgrade Digne to someone like Kieran Tierney with good fixtures. So yeah, I would downgrade Digne to Kieran Tierney. And when you do that, that also frees up 0.5 mil. So overall, what you've got now is 1 mil spare. All right, you've got 1 mil spare. And then what I would do again is make another downgrade, which is Reguilon to Livramento. All right, Reguilon to Livramento, that's what I would do, because he's a good bench player who can, you know, you can use as rotation, and that way your defense, it has a good structure to it. You've got Diaz, Marcel, Tierney, Duffy, Livramento. So that's what I would do, and that would also free up 1 mil. So overall, with all the money left remaining, you've got 2 mil, right? So what I would do then with that 2 mil is upgrade Allen to a 6.5 midfielder. So you could upgrade Allen to someone like Ismail Assar, who's 6 mil. You can upgrade him to Ben Rama, who's 6.4. You can upgrade Allen to Traore, but you would have that 2 mil to spend. You could even spend it on a forward, for example. So, but then again, you'd have to take out someone like Antonio, who I wouldn't really recommend. So yeah, it has to be a midfielder. So yeah, it could be Ismail Assar. It could be Gallagher from Crystal Palace, but I probably wouldn't go there. It could be, you know, it could be a Dan James. It could be Harrison. It could be Ismail Assar, Traore, Trincao. There's a few options, but I would say the main options in midfield to go for is, in my opinion, either Ben Rama or you in this case you would already have Rafinha, so it would be Benrahma or Traore in my opinion. I think, but yeah, Benrahma, Traore or Sar, one of those three midfielders I think you should get, and that way you'd improve your team massively. So I'll quickly reiterate what I just said, just in case you didn't really understand what I was saying. So downgrade Ederson to a 4 mil keeper, that frees up 2 mil. Then you upgrade Kovacic, who's 5 mil, to a 6.5. So you spend 1.5 of that 2 mil that you have left. That leaves 0.5 remaining. Then you downgrade Digne to Kieran Tierney. That leaves you with 0.5 remaining again. So now you've got 1 mil. Then what you do is downgrade Reguilon to someone like Livramento, who is 4.1, so 1 mil cheaper than Reguilon, which then brings you up to 2 mil in the bank. Then with that 2 mil in the bank remaining, you upgrade Allen to a 6.5, or someone like Benrahma who's 6.4, or Traore who's 6 mil. And then you can even upgrade someone else in your team for 0.5. But that's definitely what I would do, and that just adds that bit of structure to your team and makes it a lot better in my opinion. But other than that, yeah, your team is a bit all over the place, so I really would recommend making those changes, because it really does improve your team a lot. So that's what I would do, bro. But yeah, I hope you kind of did understand what I was trying to get at. But yeah, I would definitely make those changes, bro, because there is still time to do so. It is a wild card, so you want to get the team right, all right? So you want to get the team right. That's what I would do. But yeah, thank you for sending in your team. Really do appreciate it, bro. Massive shout out to you and everyone else in the video that did send in your teams. Really do appreciate it. If you are wild card then in game week 6, then make sure you do follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram, and send in your teams if you want to be featured in this kind of video. But without further ado, that is going to be it for today's rating wildcard teams. So that is going to be it for today's episode of rating your wildcard drafts. I really do hope that you did enjoy today's episode. Again, like I said, if you want to be featured in this kind of video on a weekly basis, make sure you do send me your wildcard teams, because I am turning this into like a series. So I want to do this every week, every game week. So yeah, make sure you do send in the teams. But make sure you do smash a big thumbs up on the video if you did enjoy it. I really hope you did. Smash the subscribe button as well and turn on post notifications so you never miss an upload. Like I said, guys, road to 1,000 subscribers is well and truly on. And I just want to say again, a massive thank you to everyone that has been showing me support recently. It does mean a lot. But that is going to be it for today's video. Really do hope you enjoyed. And tomorrow I'll be back with my final game week 5 team, and yeah, my game week 5 lineup, and I'll show you guys what I'm actually doing with Antonio. But that's going to be interesting. Make sure you guys do stick around, stay tuned to the channel, and until next time, it's been your boy FPL Ryan, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.